For years, you wanted to change your behavior. Start exercising, fall asleep earlier, be more productive at work. Whatever your change was, it always seemed so big. Your motivation and willpower so small. And you failed. But hear this, you are not a failure. Because contrary to what we've been told, permanent behavior change, aka habit building, is not about how much motivation or willpower you have. It's a simple skill that you can learn from this video and this book, Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg. So in this video, through 7 big ideas, you will learn the simple tiny habits habit building process that you can use starting now, and what I learned last week when I tried to build 5 tiny habits in 5 days. Hi, I'm Kevin Mepham. For 17 years now, I've been obsessed with how you and I can build lives that thrive in every way, now and as we age, by focusing on the proven fundamentals. Welcome to Thrivespan. So, new habits. You want to build one. Just do the new behavior over and over again until it becomes automatic, right? But how do you get yourself to do that new behavior in the first place? Big idea number 1. B equals MAP. Behavior equals motivation, ability, and prompt. BJ Fogg explains that you do a B, behavior, when you have enough M, motivation, and A, ability to do it, and then are P, prompted to do it. This Fogg behavior model from Tiny Habits shows how it all comes together. The x-axis is your ability to do the behavior, from hard to do to easy to do. The y-axis is your motivation to do the behavior, from low to high motivation. You see, there's an action line that curves from high motivation and hard to do to low motivation and easy to do. You will do the behavior if, at a moment when you have enough motivation and or ability to be above that action line, you get a prompt. Below the action line, or no prompt, no behavior. Since you need to do the behavior over and over to make it a habit, you need to stay consistently above the action line. Good thing we can rely on motivation to keep us up there, right? Big idea number 2. Motivation is unreliable. Motivation tricks us. We get fired up at the start, motivation surges, and we believe it'll stay sky high forever, so we go big. We make that New Year's resolution, buy that gym membership, say we're going to set the alarm for 4 a.m. every day so we can work out for an hour before starting our workday. A behavior so big, so hard to do, such low ability, that we'll drop below that action line as soon as our pumped up motivation slides even a little, which it inevitably does. 80% of New Year's resolution gym signups quit within 5 months. And it's not just that initial surge of motivation that wanes. Motivation fluctuates day to day, morning to evening, minute to minute. No, to keep doing your new behavior consistently, you need a solution that keeps you above that action line even when your motivation is at its lowest. Big idea number 3. Ability is reliable if you make it easy. So if you can't rely on high motivation, you'll have to rely on high ability. And high ability comes from making the behavior be easy for you to do across all 5 of the links on the ability chain. You have enough time to do the behavior. You have enough money for it. You're physically capable of doing it. It doesn't need a lot of mental energy, and it fits into your existing routine. Time, money, physical capability, mental energy, routine, you need them all. And what is the foolproof way to make a behavior easy across all 5 of those ability links? Make it tiny. Big idea number 4, start tiny. Depending on the behavior, there are 2 ways to start it tiny. You can scale back, take the behavior that you want and just shrink it. So if the behavior you want is to floss, you start with flossing just 1 tooth. This is what BJ Fogg did. Or starter step. If it's a behavior that you can't scale back enough to make its starting level easy, then don't start with the whole behavior, but with 1 crucial step in it. So if you want to walk for 30 minutes a day, the starter step would be start with just putting your shoes on. And this is the point to understand. Flossing that 1 tooth, putting your shoes on, is your tiny habit. Do that for a day, you're done, success. Tiny is mighty because tiny is easy. And easy means you can rely on ability, not that fluctuating motivation or willpower. Tiny is fast. You can find time for a 30-second action no matter how busy you are. Tiny is safe. The risk is tiny, and it's so tiny that no one will notice your tiny behavior if you're worried about what other people think. At the same time, tiny grows big. Those tiny successes create momentum, build our learning, build our ability to do bigger things. Floss the whole mouth, take the whole walk. So now you've made it tiny, you've got plenty of ability, you still got a little motivation, you're consistently above the action line. Yay! But big idea number 5, no prompt, no behavior. You still need some kind of prompt to cue you to do the new behavior every time. You could just try to remember to do it, but you and I know that's not going to be consistent, and habits need consistency. And we'll find out from my 5 habits in 5 days how well I did with just trying to remember to do it. Or you could use a sticky note or an alarm or a calendar or a notification, but we're already so flooded with so many of those that we habitually tune them out. Your best bet, according to Tiny Habits, is to make your prompt a behavior you already do, what Tiny Habits calls an anchor. The Tiny Habits recipe is, after I anchor, I will, new habit. For example, the recipe for the first habit in my 5-day habit challenge is, after I wake up and put my feet on the floor, anchor, I will say, it's going to be a great day. New habit. This is a habit that Fogg suggests everyone tries, calls it the Maui habit. Now, a good anchor for your new habit should match 3 things. It should match the habit's physical location. Don't pick an anchor you do in the bathroom for a habit you'll need to do in the garage. It should match the habit's frequency. Don't pick an anchor you do 20 times a day for a habit you only need to do once a day. And ideally, it should match the habit's theme or purpose. This one's not essential, but it's helpful, as we'll see in a few minutes. A good anchor is also specific. So use the last action you do in the anchor behavior, what Tiny Habits calls the trailing edge. So not after I pee, but after I flush the toilet, or after I wash my hands. So here are the other 4 tiny habit recipes for my 5 days, 5 tiny habits challenge. Listen and ask yourself, are the habits tiny? Are the anchors specific? Do they match the habit? So, second habit, After I sit down to start work, anchor, I will close my browser and put my phone face down behind the monitor. Tiny habit. After I stand up from my desk chair to walk out of my office, I will do a deep squat or other mobilization exercise for 5 seconds. After I open the pantry door to look for a snack, I will close it and look in the fridge instead. After I growl in frustration at my slow computer, I will do 2 calming physiological sighs. Now you might be wondering, how long will it take me to turn these new behaviors into habits? 5 days? 21 days? 66? 10,000 hours? No. And in a book that is packed with practical insights, for me, this was the biggest one. Big idea number 6. Emotions create habits. Days or hours or reps don't create habits. The immediate positive emotion that you feel when you do the behavior, that's the reward that creates the habit. With it, behaviors can quickly root in your brain as habits. Without it, you're going to be grinding it out for a long time to get those reps in. Now, we think we know rewards. We've tried them. We've failed with them our whole lives. Our rewards look like, if I floss every day for a month, I'll take myself out for ice cream. Those are not rewards, they are incentives. And the reason they don't work is because they're too time removed from the behavior to build the habit. A reward is something immediate. So how do we create that immediate positive emotion? Tiny Habits teaches that the best way is to celebrate. Every time you do the anchor and the tiny behavior, you immediately celebrate with a tiny celebration that feels real. Immediate, real. It's up to you to find your natural celebration. So imagine how you react at the instant your team wins the championship, or you read the email that says you got the job, or you sink the wad of paper into the wastebasket from across the room. That reaction, that physical reaction, is how you're going to celebrate as soon as you do your tiny habit. Experiment until you find the one you feel. I thought mine would be yes, but it's actually yes. And don't just go through the motions like I've caught myself doing. Because if your celebration doesn't give you a tiny burst of positive emotion, it gives you no benefit. So do it again for real this time. So that's it, right? Take a behavior that you want to start, make it tiny, anchor it to an existing habit, do it immediately after you do your anchor, and then celebrate immediately. Is it really that easy? Well, yes and no. Big idea number 7. Tiny is easy. Remembering is hard. Trying to do 5 days, 5 habits taught me 2 things. First, tiny is easy. Look at my 5 habits. Say, it's going to be a great day. Close browser, put phone away. Deep squat 5 seconds. Close pantry, open fridge. 2 physiological sighs. Every single one of them so tiny that not once did I fail to do them because I didn't feel motivated, I didn't have time, they were too much effort. But many times I did fail to do them because I forgot. Turns out, just deciding you're going to link new tiny habit to existing habit doesn't magically make it happen. So I've learned in trying to do this 5 habits, 5 days thing is to make it happen, you need to do these 5 things. 1, Tiny Habits says, rehearse. This is brilliant. Why didn't I think of it? Why didn't anybody tell me? Piece of advice. Practice doing the entire tiny sequence, anchor habit, new habit, celebration, 7 to 10 times. Now, if you're going to do this, don't do what I did. Start only 1 habit at a time so you have time to do the rehearsing. For me, starting 5 habits, rehearsing all 5 was no longer tiny, so it didn't happen. 2, while Tiny Habits says rehearse, I say rewind. I swear, every time I forgot, 10 seconds later, I'd remember. And then I'd rewind. If I forgot to say this is going to be a great day, when my feet hit the floor and I walked out of the bedroom to make the coffee, and then I realized, oops, walk back in the bedroom, climb back in bed, get right back up, feet on floor, good day, celebrate. Good thing is my habits were so tiny that even doing them twice was still tiny. Speaking of twice, Tiny Habits correctly says celebrate twice. Don't just celebrate when you do it, also celebrate when you remember to do it before you do it, to lock in the remembering. 4, having the anchor match the habit's theme helps a lot. Starting work and close browser, put phone away, those matched for me. I never forgot to do them. Now, get up from desk, drop into squat. That was a tenuous match. It took a lot of rewinds to even begin to wire those together. Which brings me to 5. Frequency matters. Turns out I stand up from my desk way more than I realized, which means I got a lot of reps to build the memory to do the squat. On the other hand, for an entire week, my computer never gave me a reason to growl at it. So I never got to practice responding to the stress with a physiological sigh. I'm going to have to find a different, more reliably frequent, stressful anchor to link that habit to in order to start building it. So there, you now have everything you need to learn this core, fundamental, yet secret life skill that will finally unlock the change you've always wanted to make in your life. And like everything else in this grown-up world, the way you're going to learn it is to do it today. Take the change you've always wanted to make it tiny, anchor it, do it, celebrate. When you do, post in the comments so we can celebrate with you. Subscribe so you don't miss any of the field-tested fundamentals like this that I'll be sharing on how to build a life that thrives as you age and right now. Starting with this video to learn how I'm applying the fundamentals from James Clear's Atomic Habits to break the toughest habit I've never been able to break. Will I succeed this time? Stay tuned. Thrive now for life.